results of the polls in 10 local governments due to overvoting. Justice Teshakume held that the election was conducted with substantial non-compliance with the provision of the law in all the 10 local government cancelled. He said issuance of 2 different beavers reports to the petitioners and the respondents amounted to tampering with documents. But in a dissenting judgment, Justice Ogbuli upheld the victory of Ademola Adeleke, noting that the petitioners only based their case on the BVR. Meanwhile, counsel to INEC and the PDP have vowed to challenge the result at the appellate court. Now, for more on this development, our Osun State correspondent Rafiu Hamid joins me on the news. Rafiu, what more can you tell us about how the court arrived, or the tribunal arrived at this judgment?
I must first say that the APC, the All Progressives Congress, and former Governor Adegboyega Oyetola challenged the victory of Governor Ademola Adeleke on 3 grounds. 1, on forged documents, that Governor Adeleke submitted forged documents to the Independent National Electoral Commission in 2018. But in ruling on that, Justice Teshakume, who is the chairman of the tribunal that read the majority judgment, said Adeleke is qualified to contest the election. That's number 1. Secondly, on the second ground, that Adeleke did not score the highest number of votes cast on the 16th of July, 2022, when the Osun State governorship election was held. And the chairman of the tribunal agreed with the APC and Adegboyega Oyetola, and thereby cancelled 10 local results in 10 local governments of Osun State. After removing it, and Oyetola won with about over 17,000 votes. That's on the second ground. On the third,
we seem to be having network challenges there with Rafiu. Rafiu, can you still hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
That Ademola Adeleke did. That's the third ground, is that Ademola Adeleke did not have requisite qualification to have contested the election on the 16th of July. And second, lastly, is the issue of BVR that APC challenged. Chairman of the tribunal said it's amounted to tampering of records for the Independent National Electoral Commission, who is the first respondent in this case, to have issued 2 BVAS reports, one to the APC, which was first issued, certified by INEC, and second to the PDP. And this report varies. And INEC, in that judgment, Justice Teshakume also noted that there are discrepancies in those results of the election held in the state. So he cancelled the 10 local government election in the state. But there was a dissenting judgment by Justice Ogbuli, who said the petitioner failed to prove their case beyond reasonable doubt, that they based their case only on BVR reports and not from EC88 and some other things stated in the Electoral Act. That's that on the judgments.
And we understand that INEC and that's the counsel to INEC and PDP have already reacted. What can you tell us about their reaction to this?
Okay, counsel to the Independent National Electoral Commission says today they will brief the commission on the next line of action, if they will be appealing or not. But the PDP counsel stated it while briefing the court after the judgments, so after the majority and minority judgments were read, that they have vowed to challenge the judgments at the appellate court. They believe they won that election, and they should have been, the result will have been upheld by the majority judgments that was read a few minutes ago.
Thank you, Rafiu. Please keep an eye on this story for us and bring us updates when you have it. Thank you. Our correspondent Rafiu Hamid live for us there in Osun State, where the court, the tribunal, just nullified the victory of Ademola Adeleke and upheld and declared rather Adegboyega Oyetola as the duly elected governor of Osun State. We're staying on electoral matters to test the efficacy of bimodal voter accreditation system. That's the BVAS. The Independent Electoral Commission says it will conduct a mock accreditation exercise on Saturday, the 4th of February. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu disclosed this earlier today in a meeting with the 37 resident electoral commissioners in the country. According to him, the machines used for the mock exercise will be reconfigured in preparation for the main elections. Professor Yakubu, who described the meeting with the resident commissioners as crucial, is using the meeting to inform the commissioners about the arrangements the commission has put in place for the exercise. He also noted that the ongoing distribution of permanent voter cards is one issue that the meeting must look into. He assured the commission will not hesitate to take other measures to ensure that all who registered get their PVCs. Let's turn to Benue, where the presidential candidate of the APC has promised the youth of the state and Nigeria at large quality education and good governance if elected. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu made this promise during the party's campaign rally in Makurdi. Olawakon tells us more.
The APC presidential candidate and his running mate alongside other party chieftains were well received at the airport in Makurdi, the Benue state capital. It was a cultural reception as the Swange dancers entertained the visitors. From the airport, they all moved to the township stadium, where a crowd of supporters chanted solidarity song to receive the APC presidential candidate and his campaign team. The political prowess and track record of the Jagaban of Bogu was well resonated by the APC stalwarts to the audience on why he remains the best.
This fine man, a Muslim, married to a Christian wife, this same fine man supported Dr. Oyetola to become the Senate president. He said, "Do are not a talker." He did it in Lagos. No wonder the president made a comment. He said, Lagos pre-1999 is different from Lagos post-1999.
Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who accused the PDP of sabotaging fuel subsidy to frustrate the federal government, assured the people of Benue State a positive change in the economic situation if he is elected president of Nigeria.
They issue to themselves PMS, Petroleum Product License, to their supporters, to their sympathizers. They changed the course. They started creating queues. They started blackmailing the government.
His plans to make education a priority was also a major part of his campaign message.
We will establish student loan. We will give you education. We will bring hope back to the IDP. That is the end of misery.
The successful turnout of this rally in a PDP state is an indication that the APC is gunning for victory at the polls. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's renewed hope message continues to other states. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Makurdi.
The PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar says his commitment to restructuring and devolution of powers to states and local governments is to ensure meaningful development of all federating units. The former vice president said this during inauguration of several projects in Delta State, where he also commended the state governor, who is also his running mate. Iken Amechi has details.
The campaign took the backstage as former vice president inaugurated projects initiated by Governor Ifeanyi Okowa's administration. He started with a visit to the palace of the Asagba of Asaba, the nonagenarian royal father. Then to the business of the day. First was the inauguration of the Coca flyover and interchange along Asaba-Benin Expressway to ease traffic.
And when we realized that this Coca junction would be quite problematic because of the dualized road and the level of traffic inflow, we decided that we needed this Coca flyover and the interchange.
He appreciates the bold step of his running mate at demonstrating restructuring by intervening in federal roads.
Let me commend the governor of Delta State and the government of Delta State for taking the initiative to start implementing restructuring even before it is constitutionally allowed.
Next stop was the Model Technical College, Asaba, where Atiku Abubakar believes a review of the educational system is necessary.
Here, there has to be a review of our educational system, a review in such a way that every child is granted, of course, opportunities to go to school, but based on her God-given talent.
At the Mariam Babangida Leisure Park and Delta Film Village, former VP praised the massive contributions of the country's creative industry to the economy as he made a promise to entertainers if elected.
I want to pledge to you that if you elect the next PDP government, we will make sure we go after you so that you can access this 100 billion for promotion.
The busy day for the PDP presidential candidate ended with the inauguration of the Advanced Diagnostic Center and the Mother and Child Specialist Hospital in Owa Alero, Ikanot Council. The inauguration of this Mother and Child Specialist Hospital will go a long way to address the high rate of maternal mortality in Nigeria, especially in rural areas. Ikenna Amechi, CVC News, Owa Alero, Delta State.